I want to say it's a very good morning, pleasant good morning to everyone this morning. If you're just joining us, of course, we have a special guest in studio this morning. And guess what? We're going to be having some exciting conversation with her. Lady Elise, would you like to announce our guest we have in studio this morning?
It would be my absolute pleasure this morning gracing the studio with her beautiful smile, her beautiful personality, her warm presence. In your cool,
I'm telling you, man. Listen, I listen.
Why is it so cold?
We had somebody in here the last time, right? And they said, Flashpoint Studio is so hot, man. I said, you know why? Too many hot people coming in. I had to go outside. I had to adjust the AC just to cool down some of the people come inside. It's something. So I've adjusted the AC today, and it's a lot cooler today. But let me tell you something. If you see who's in studio today, the place going to warm up one more time. So we're going to be having a situation to deal with today. Of course, the lovely Mrs. McLaughlin is inside the studio this morning with us, and of course we're going to be talking about a little bit of exercise. We love the exercise programs. We're always interested in healthcare, and we're always talking about persons taking care of your bodies.
Yes.
Now, here's a way you can actually take care of your body and take care of somebody else.
Yes.
How about that?
So joining us is Gemma McLaughlin, and she's here to talk about the RBC Race for Kids 2024. Welcome to Flashpoint. It's an absolute pleasure and privilege to have you in studio with us today.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here as well. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Wonderful. So tell us about this RBC Race for Kids 2024. What is this all about?
Right. So Race for the Kids, it's an RBC race that has been, I think we're celebrating our 15th year this year of having races globally. So we're in Canada, so Toronto, London, all over the Caribbean. So in each of these different countries, we raise funds for different things. So for instance, in Trinidad, they raise funds for children's cancer. And they have a cancer fund, which they've raised millions of dollars for children with cancer. In fact, if statistics are proving me right, then up to now, we've raised about 93 million across the world through this race. Not specifically Cayman, but in terms of all races globally. So Cayman, we launched in 2020, what was it, 2? But as you know, we would have had COVID that year. Yeah. So we did a virtual race. It was the funniest thing.
No, hold on. I'm learning new things.
I need to find out how that went.
We were trying to figure it out too, because we were like, what are we going to do? Because I think at that point, COVID was kind of starting to, people were trying to get back to normal behavior, but there was still COVID, so we couldn't have it. So basically it was on your treadmill. Basically do whatever you wanted to do, but register, pay the money, because at the end of the day, the money is what's going to charity, but you could do whatever you want to do. You could walk a 5K, you could go swimming, you do whatever exercise, bringing it back to your point. It was just about basically getting the activity done, sharing pictures on our social media.
Wow.
So we started with the virtual. So that was fun. And then last year we were like, okay, it's our time. So we bought the first annual race for the kids. So the race was phenomenal. I mean, it went so well. We raised about $20,000. We had about 500 persons register. We had a really good turn up. And, people came through with their kids. It was great. I mean, the whole family was there. Mom, dad, grandma, if she's young enough to walk and get around, some are. So, and the kids. So they came out. We have our special Leo, which you can see from the image. We have our mascot, the Leo the lion. And we also have so many different activities for children. And the children loved it. We had face painting. We had a photo booth. We had balloon animal making. This year, we are adding free ice cream, for the kids. Once they're done with the race, they get their free ice cream. And also, we've also established a partnership with Green to Go. So Green to Go will be out there with their very, healthy shots of, say, wheatgrass or some immune boosting shot that are really great, right? So It's so much more than a race. It really is. I mean, it's a great way to get your activity in on a Sunday morning. It's a 5K. It's at Cayman Bay. I mean, the route itself is beautiful that time of morning. You see the actual sunrise.
Yes,
so your route.
yes.
So to be exact, you will be telling us exactly which route are the routing for this
You
event.
know what?
Well, before you go to the route,
Okay.
you know, you spoke about raising funds for children,
Right.
and several countries
Right.
teamed with RBC to raise needed funds for children. But what is the goal? What are the funds raised for in Cayman?
Right. So we missed that that important point. So let's bring it back to that. So with Cayman, you know, we looked at it and we said, okay, and I honestly have a very personal, you know, I'm a personal advocate of mental health. My 9-year-old suffers with mental health. He has done since he was 5. And believe me, it's one of those things that I think has been stigmatized. I think people just want to shove it under a rug. It doesn't exist. However, with the Alex Panton Foundation and with the support and awareness and education, I think what we found is people are now becoming aware that this is actually something we need to concern ourselves with. You'll read here from the document. It says, did you know that over 10,000 persons under the age of 18 sought mental health help over the last 3 years? 10,000 people in a small island like Cayman under the age of 18, right? So basically we thought, wow, this speaks volumes. And this is something, like I said, personal advocate. I was like, absolutely, I'm all over this. So basically we spoke to the Alex Panton Foundation. We're like, where do you really need the help? And they basically said that where they need the help is with their financial assistance program.
Right.
So this program is for those children that unfortunately cannot, either their families cannot afford for them to get the help they need, the counseling, the therapy, you know, all these different methods of trying to get them out of whatever, if it's depression or, you know, whatever it is. So basically it covers their funding for help. So the financial assistance program is for anyone. I think it even up until you're 30, I think they still consider it, although our race is specifically for the kids. Their program, I think, takes you straight up through adolescence and covers expenses for counseling and therapy and these things, which, if done early enough, you know, works. It works because these children are realizing, okay, well, I need this help. And once with the help and the tools and the resources, they heal and become a lot better. And then we don't face the route of other things such as suicide.
Wow.
And other things that are really, it's a real thing.
So you're taking a proactive
Yes.
Yeah.
you're taking a proactive approach to caring
Right.
for
Right.
for these young people. And
Right.
you know, until I heard the statistics on this one, I did not know
It's
myself.
alarming. It's alarming.
When ladies read the stats on it, and I said, "What are you saying?"
Yeah.
You know, my mind just I was blown because as you said, a very small island and 10,000 young people.
And when we speak to mental health, I mean, it's not only depression we're talking about here. We're talking about autism. We're talking about children with ADHD. ADHD is one of the most prevalent types of mental health within, especially our boys, our younger boys.
Wow.
Bipolar, you know, and then again into depression. So there's so many different, and you have to sit down there and really understand that, you know, this is a serious, very serious issue, but we can, with awareness and education and help these children, you know?
And it's so important that we are informed. We say there is no health without mental health.
Right.
It impacts so many areas of life,
Yes.
of society,
Absolutely.
of production, family life. Families are broken
Right.
if these issues aren't resolved and solved. So I say congratulations to RBC for
Kudos to
jumping on board.
RBC.
Yeah.
Round of applause, because I'm telling you something. We are
Yes.
far removed from people being emotionally attached to anyone but themselves.
Yes.
Right. We're in a
We're so
society.
selfish these days. It's like we are. It's like if there's an epidemic of anything, it will be selfishness. I mean, I
Definitely.
cannot believe how we have become. And for me, I would root it or just identify it as sheer evil within us. to become this level of selfish without being caring for anyone else but ourselves. And so I'm happy that RBC has taken it upon themselves to partner with the community.
Listen, I mean, I am the marketing manager for RBC, and a part of my role is definitely community, heavily community focused. We call it CSR, which is community social responsibility, which all companies are supposed to have. But in my many years of marketing, I've been in marketing for 20 years, or 20 plus now. But working with RBC, I mean, we have a part of our vision and our purpose is to help communities prosper. So we get involved. For instance, I was at an event this past week for Boys to Men. It's something we support. It's a great program. It takes the at-risk boys and teaches them the right way, tries to, take them in and give them the resources and the tools not to end up in prison, right? Because our boys, unfortunately, need it so much more than our girls, because if statistics show that, right? So there's so many different things. We get involved in the environment. We're constantly looking at ways to support and outreach and grow. And this, I mean, guys, like I can tell you, we have invested a lot. These things cost a lot of money. So the amount of money that's gone into this, people will say, well, why didn't you just cut APF, Alex Panton Foundation, a check? But that takes away from this. It takes away from the awareness, the education, and basically getting people involved to support and come out to support. A check is great. Here's your money. Thank you.
It, right.
But there's so much more.
The support.
With the support and the education and awareness. Nothing. And then it basically, puts RBC at a place where it's like, wow. Like so other companies may come forward and start doing this type of thing, to really focus. I mean, our focus is youth, and that's just it. I mean, even our sponsorship dollars are really focused on youth. And because we find that, for a stronger Caribbean, we need this generation coming up to be strong. Because we're in a completely different world, and we need them to be, we need them to have the resources, the tools, the education, everything possible for them to be able to succeed in life, right? So that's where RBC's vision is and purpose.
Wonderful. And so you have partnered with the Alex Panton Foundation, and this is going to be RBC Race for the Kids 2024. And you know what is interesting? Sometimes we want to be a part of something special. We want to help. We hear of persons who are suffering from this issue and that issue, and we seem so far removed. Right. We don't have the resources. We don't have what it takes to help. But guess what? You have given us the opportunity
to participate.
Yes. So I might not have $1,000, $2,000, $3,000.
All you need is $25.
So I was about to say
$25 CI. You get a really nice shirt and a nice bag, and come out and show up and give your support. Which at the end of the day, you can feel within yourself, wow, I was able to contribute to this cause and to this special day. And it's so much. Like I was explaining earlier. One of the things that we pride ourselves on is when they come out when everyone joins us that morning for the race, we have a warm-up program. We have a fitness instructor come out there and do like a Zumba class for like 15, well, she didn't do 15 minutes, but like 8 minutes warm up. We have Leo doing the warm up with the kids. It's an entire morning of like really fun. And the prizes, we have so many prizes. We have biggest, what is it again? The 3 largest, biggest corporate sponsorships. So, the biggest corporate teams. We have the biggest schools, that come out, and the largest school. And then we have, male and female runners, the ones that come through and want to race and actually want to make first place or second place. And then obviously under 18. So there's a lot of prizes, raffle prizes that can be won as well. And we'll have a DJ, and it's a really good morning. I mean, last year I was so happy with the outcome, and we can only hope to have that again this year. And in fact, like we were talking about earlier, we would love more people, but things like this, opportunities to come and speak on it, and your audience and people listening and tuning in, please. The time is, we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can still register on Saturday. So we'll be registering folks at Camana Bay on Saturday all day So there's still a lot of time. Or you simply go online. If you go online, you pay your $25 and then you come and get your shirt and stuff. So
you have made it easy. We have no
It's a
excuse.
very-
Nobody have any
Becky G,
excuse.
you have no excuse.
They're putting me. They're making sure that I have no excuse to be a part of it. Of course, Flashpoint has partnered with RBC already by just being here, doing this interview, and making sure that we are
Getting the
encouraging,
word out.
Spreading the word.
Getting the word out.
encouraging
Yes.
others to be a part of this great movement, and of course, a help in hand for somebody or people who are very desperately in need of our support right now. Of course, if there's somebody, some persons when they go to the doctors these days, and I have lots of friends who are doctors, and I'm telling you, they're telling me that most of the persons who are coming, their heart rate is down. It's like they hardly can hear the heart beating.
Wow.
Some people, I think, later on, they won't find any heartbeats there.
Yeah,
They won't be
it's
having
sad.
any heart at all to talk to anybody. So I want to check on this one. So we're going to say people feel if the heart is still there, pumping the blood, and they say the heart is connected to the brain. I'm hearing this. So doctors, I'm asking you, whatever you can do to help others who come to you with the heart, there's a heart problem going on, help the heart. Help the heart. Of course.
Definitely. And I mean, one other thing I wanted to raise, I mean, a lot of us have insurance. You think about it, you say, okay, well, we have insurance plans. A lot of us have to have, I mean, it's mandated, right? We have to have insurance. But you go there now and you try to get your therapy and you realize, well, my mental health section or part of my insurance only covers one session. So what do you do then? You have one session and that's it. Like any other illness, this needs constant sessions. It's a brain, it's like any other organ. If you have a lung issue, then you need treatment. If you have a heart issue, you need treatment. The brain needs just as much treatment. And one of the things I discovered with my son, who was 5 when he was diagnosed, was the brain is completely set up different in a lot of these children. The way that it's actually set up, one of the things that, in schools, they'd be like, oh, they're just bad children, push them to one side, they're bad children. No, they learn completely different. It's a whole other world out there. And I think the more that we can drive that awareness and the more we can say, look, this program covers that expense for these children that don't have the insurance or the resources to be able to do it. And, that's amazing. That's amazing that we can.
I have a vested interest in this particular venture, especially when you started mentioning the man-child, that the men are affected, the males are affected even more, more than the girls. Now, it's something that is very alarming for me to hear, and I now must think, what is driving this? And I have to seek some additional
information,
consultation and information on this to really actually figure this out, because while you're saying it, I'm listening to the conversation, and while we are creating the awareness for it, I see a real problem.
Well, I mean, it was when I was speaking to the Boys to Men program, that was more at-risk youth, right? So that was what I was saying, that boys are more affected. But in fact, you are right, because a lot of the children that are affected with ADHD and autism, unfortunately, are males.
If our men are, you see, and this is where I'm going, we want our men to be strong. This is a statement I'll always tell everyone who listens to the Breakfast Hour or to me. When your men in your society is strong, your society is strong. Right. When your men in your society is weak, and this is something that we're talking about, mentally, physically, emotionally, then your society is a reflection of our men.
Right.
And so we cannot ignore such a powerful testimony this morning. Listening to the conversation, we have to pay attention to these things. There are the alarms going off.
It's so profound, and as I listen as well, being the mother of 3 boys.
Mercy.
Yes.
Mercy.
And also recognizing that it's important to nurture our future. It's not just for us. When we stigmatize and push things aside and choose to ignore and pretend, we don't help anything. We as a matter of fact, we destroy.
Yeah, we make it worse.
Yes, one of the greatest resources that we have, our human resources, our children, our future. It's not just a nice sounding phrase. I like, children. I believe that children.
Our future. We like to sing this song. But
yes.
sometimes when we sing songs, I realize these songs are just skin deep.
Yes.
we don't even get the message.
So nice, right?
So nice to sing it. Oh, you
Poetic.
know, and it's
Poetic.
very poetic. Yeah, it's
But what are we doing? What movements? What action are
Yes.
we doing?
so the what are you committed
Yes.
to do to resolve
help.
or solve or partner with
Yes.
and to be of help? And of course, we want to say, you know, I want to thank RBC to be this driving force in the Cayman Islands right now, and has been there for quite a while, as you have.
We celebrated 60 years
60
in January.
years! 60 years! That's not a
60
little bit.
years of being in the Cayman Islands, and we're here to stay, you know?
Okay then. That's awesome. That's
Somebody,
awesome. That is
somebody, hold on, somebody just say, you know what? You want to talk, you know. you all right, fine. And so we want
Well-
to say to somebody today, Flashpoint is here, and we are here to stay.
For 60
And of course,
years.
and we are, and you know, our staying power is this: to partner with those who are needing of our assistance to do great things, or to move the
Tenacity.
message across the airwaves, and to be in every space that you can find. Of course, Flashpoint has been such a media that does this and can do it and have been doing it. And so we are happy that we can partner with you on this one and any other venture that you are intended to have in the future.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, for those who are listening this morning, I want you to listen to the message. Don't just go away. Listen, it sounds good to you. You know, take this message seriously. Partner with RBC.
sign up.
Sign up
Go and
today.
exercise.
Go
Come and
on,
walk.
go walking, man.
For a good cause.
Listen,
Right.
some people, the distance they walk is from their bedroom to the kitchen. I mean, come on, people, you can do better. I know, and we're gonna be, we're gonna be, you know, and Flashpoint is gonna be a part of that to say do better, and we're gonna keep the message going. And I'm gonna be making sure that I play at least 2 songs for your exercise each morning, going
Yeah,
forward.
preparing you for your
Preparing
walk
you.
on Sunday.
right.
So
Because
what time? I need to ask you what time.
Okay, so we know Cayman time, right? Or Caribbean time. So the race starts at 6:30 on the dot. That is when the whistle or the whistle goes, and it's like, okay, everyone reach the start line. It's starting. So 6:30 is real time.
No-
6
no
o'clock
late.
Cayman time.
No late registration, right?
No, we will still register people if people come out there, but when we start at 6:30, we are starting at 6:30.
Okay.
And here's why: it gets hot.
Yeah, so
And we
quickly.
want to enjoy that morning kind of, you know, coolness somewhat, because
Yes.
I've heard we're expecting a really, really, really hot summer. So, you know, at that time in the morning, it's doable. You can still breathe.
So where's the starting point?
Starting point is right there by RBC has a location right there on Forum Lane. So we have RBC. You'll see the big RBC sign. You
Cayman
can't
Bay.
miss it. There'll be a trust. Yeah, Cayman Bay. There'll be a trust with just like this. It looks just like the picture. That's how it is. So it's right there at the top of the road. That's where they start, and ending at the Festival of the Green.
Okay, there you have it. And I would love for you to just, in one final word of encouragement to someone who may have a child who is having mental health challenges and perhaps feeling, you know, where do I turn, or feel a little bit discouraged.
Yeah.
You know, just encourage someone, you know.
where they can actually find that
Yeah.
care and that love.
I mean, you know, fortunately now the Alex Panton Foundation they have a kids hotline where kids can call if they're not feeling well in terms of mental wellness.
Right.
They have a kids hotline. They have Alex Place, which is at the hospital, which is another great place where kids can go and
Okay.
seek the help, or the parents obviously should be the one to interact. And then there's so many different places. But Alex Panton, all you have to do is pick up the phone, and they will direct them. They will tell them exactly where to go. I mean, I obviously don't work for Alex Panton Foundation, but I will say that they have all the tools and resources needed. And with their kids hotline and everything else that they do, the financial assistance program, I think that we're in a really strong position to really help our children continue to prosper and succeed, and not be left because they're not considered normal. You know, what is normal? You know what I mean? Like, we all have our challenges. Even myself, right? I think we all sometimes suffer with a little down, having a down day, but you know, it's a lot different if you're dealing with that every day as a child. Just imagine having a down day of an adult every day as a kid. It's got to be hard, you know. So the fact that there is help out there, and there's a lot of help out there, let's take advantage of that, and let's help our children.
I guess that can't be said any better than that. And of course, we are at this point, you know, considering some serious steps need to be taken out for our kids. We know this for a fact, that our families are the very, what you call the incubator, or the safe space for that family to be nurtured. You know, unfortunately, many families are having difficulty maintaining its core.
Right.
And then I believe that this is where this foundation will be very instrumental in bonding this and bridging this gap and creating that buffer that these kids can be in a safer environment.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I'm a single mom. I'm a single mom with 3 children. Not 3 boys, 2 boys and 1 girl.
2 boys, 1 girl.
Yeah.
Fortunate for you, you have 2 boys.
2 boys. one of which is 19 now. And the rest are, you know, my youngest is 9 and my other one is 13. But let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard work. And they're all at different ages and different times of their life, and they all need different things. And it's like, how do you split one mom between all 3 children? Well, I'll tell you what, we're miracle workers, right? Because we get it done, girl. We get it done.
Happy post Mother's Day.
Mother's Day was celebrated.
I had to get that in there.
Mothers rock. Yeah?
All right, guys.
We just rock. Okay, all right.
Guys.
Father's Day soon come, man.
All right.
Guys, don't worry. Father's Day. I was about to say that, you know. Guys, don't worry. Father's Day is coming up very soon. And we, of course, want to partner with our moms to ensure that we keep our family safe, and, of course, the society by and large in the same way. I want to thank you for joining us this morning.
And thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure. You guys are amazing. Amazing energy. Lots of really great momentum going here. And I really appreciate the opportunity.
There you have it, guys. And so, for those who are signing up late, this is the place I want to get in early.
Okay.
So when you ask that very interesting question, I'm like this. I have to set my face straight. Because I have to, you know, compose myself. That's the word. Compose myself.
Okay.
And so by composing myself, I had to suppress my thoughts.
All right.
For those persons who are coming late to the race and expect to win, come on, guys. Come early. Do your stuff early. Get your shirt before 6 o'clock in the morning, so you can't be signing up.
Changing your clothes.
You can't be signing up for your shirt when you should already be walking fast. Right? Come on, man. I'm trying.
Yes, walk for a good cause this Sunday. This Sunday, May 19, right here in Georgetown, Cayman Bay. You can't afford to miss it. They are registering also at Cayman Bay when?
Friday and Saturday, and we're registering in the Georgetown branch all week. So we have someone there all week.
Okay, there you have it. And you can go online as well and register to be. It's only $25. Please.
Let's put it like this.
Yes.
It's only $25. Come on, guys. You buy patties and Coke and your KFC with.
And the thing is, if you look at it, like 125 is nothing, but 525s, that can make a big deal.
Oh my word.
Yes.
Compound interest.
Right.
They taught us some of that in school. But I don't. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say.
You know what?
Thank you very much. I'm going to leave it right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
I caught myself right there.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'm going to play a song. I know the listeners are enjoying this moment. Of course, we're going to put a song on, of course.
Yes.
And it's a popular one amongst us. And I want somebody to understand that there are people who care more for others than even their very selves. All right? So let's do this one. I'm going to put a song on for us this morning.
give birth for the children. Find the road to lasting peace. Let the sun shine through. The shadow cannot last. Raise your voices up to echo through the skies. Make a wish, a ray of hope, and lend a helping hand. Share the joy, the brighter day. The change begins with you. The change begins with you and you.
When a stranger is in need, we must never be unkind. Let us practice what we preach. It's a conscious state of mind. Let the sun shine through. The shadow cannot last. Raise your voices up to echo through the skies. Make a wish, a ray of hope, and lend a helping hand. Share the joy, a brighter day. The change begins with you. The change begins with you.
Let the sun shine through. The shadow cannot last.
Raise your voices up to echo through the skies.
Make a wish, a ray of hope, and lend a helping hand. Share the joy, the brighter day. The change begins with you.